with Nintendo bringing mouse controls to the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons, one thing I'd love to see is Nintendo do some pretty cool things with them, like for example bring Mario Paint to the Nintendo Switch online service, or maybe just make like a new Mario Paint for the Nintendo Switch 2, or even better yet, Mario Maker 3 and have Mario Paint be like one of those things that you can customize different levels, but levels like you were playing Mario Paint back on the Super Nintendo. I don't know, I just think that would be pretty cool. What things are you guys excited for when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2? Let me know down in the comment section. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robotron Show, where we cover the latest news, leaks, and rumors from Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below and have that notification bell on. And if you're interested, I have a Patreon, which link to that will be in the pinned comment along with my Twitter account. In this video, we are going to talk about the latest Nintendo Switch 2 news. This includes Nintendo officially going to Summer Games Fest and what they could be showing off there. We also have some pretty cool updates that have to do with the Switch 2 when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 app and sharing different things like screenshots and videos. There's also an update for people who want to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 from Target when it's in store on launch, and also online as well. And Nintendo is even adding more Nintendo Switch 2 features inside the Nintendo Switch online service for Nintendo 64. And not only that, but like a Nintendo Switch 2 actually leaked out and there is video footage of it, and other smaller Nintendo Switch 2 topics. If you guys end up enjoying this video, leave a like, it helps the video out a lot, and if you want to follow me on Twitter and help us pass our goal of 1,000 followers, you can follow us at RoboRob93. Without further delay, let's continue to the video. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is closing in. By the time this video uploads, more than likely it's going to be about 4 or 5 days away. I ended up pre-ordering my Nintendo Switch 2 at GameStop. I actually got rained on while waiting for GameStop to open. Let me know if you guys have any interesting stories when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, even if they're really wacky and wild. But overall, it is very exciting because a lot of things are coming out about the Nintendo Switch 2. And this goes even so far to the actual Nintendo Switch being leaked out. So over on Twitter, Stealth40k over on Twitter says a Switch 2 unit is already out in the wild. It's apparently locked behind a day one patch and can't be used. Now since then, there have been a lot of people talking about how this is a really bad thing. Nintendo basically made the Nintendo Switch 2 a brick without being able to update it. So let's say you don't have the best Wi-Fi, or you don't have Wi-Fi at all, and you buy a Nintendo Switch 2 and it's bricked, essentially is what some of these people are getting at. And in my personal opinion, I don't really agree with that. I'm sure Nintendo's probably going to do an update later on to where you don't need to update it to play the Nintendo Switch 2 out the box. More than likely, the reason why they did this is because people were going to get it out early and play it early and leak a whole bunch of stuff, even though a lot of stuff is already leaked out already. And as we're seeing right now, with this unit being out before June 5th, it ended up leaking out early, right? So for now, as my final opinion on this, I'm just gonna wait and see. As far as I can tell, Nintendo probably did this just because they knew someone was gonna get their hands on the Switch 2 early on. So I'm taking a wait and see approach on that. Now, speaking of waiting, if you guys didn't know this, some people really do want a Nintendo Switch 2, and they're even willing to pay multiple times the price of the actual Nintendo Switch 2. And over in Japan, it seems that a Yahoo auction site that is one of the largest ones in Japan is taking some measurement to make sure a lot of people don't waste their money on these products. It's another way to fight scalpers as well, so I think overall this is a good thing. This is what Genki_Japan has to say over on Twitter. One of Japan's largest online marketplaces, Yahoo Auctions, has completely banned the listing of Switch 2 consoles for the time being, and even after release. Other markets Nintendo are working with have placed restrictions on Switch 2 listings as well. And I think overall this is a fantastic thing, because one of the bad things about pre-ordering a console is scalpers. Although I do feel like the Nintendo Switch 2 was a lot easier to pre-order and get than other consoles like the PlayStation 5. Let me know in the comment section below, by the way. How easy was it for you guys to get the Nintendo Switch 2, and where did you get it? Because I've seen a couple comments here and there saying that they got it really easy, and other people have been saying they had a lot of trouble. Now, speaking of pre-orders, Target has some pretty fantastic news for people who do want to pick up in-store units on June 5th, and if they didn't even pre-order it. So over on Twitter, this was on May 28th, Wario64 says Target Nintendo Switch 2 confirmed units in store on June 5th and online on June 6th. And as you can see on your screen, the graph right there says it right there. I don't know why I said it twice, but I wanted to add this in just in case someone couldn't get a Nintendo Switch 2, or maybe they couldn't get like a copy of a game or something, you know? Hopefully this is like that sliver of hope that I've given somebody who ends up seeing this video. I remember when I was gonna get the PlayStation 5, I just randomly scrolled across an IGN post that said, hey, Amazon pre-orders are up for the PlayStation 5, and I ended up getting the PlayStation 5. And had it not been for that post, I would have never gotten that PS5. So hopefully I could do the same thing for someone who watches this video. And make sure you check GameStop too, because I believe GameStop is doing the same thing with some in-store models and stock for some GameStops. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So let's move on to the Nintendo Switch Online service stuff. So this is actually really cool, and it makes me wonder if they're going to do more of this down the line. Now when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2, I think the Nintendo Switch Online service is very exciting for me personally anyways. I like playing older Nintendo games, and if there's an easier way to play it, especially if it's just through like an app or something like the Nintendo Switch Online service, I much prefer that over paying like out the butt of like money. I don't know why I said it like that, but you guys know what I mean. Some of these games cost ridiculous amounts, and not only that, but like some of the consoles aren't really the best to have, especially like the Nintendo Wii U. Like you don't know if that thing's gonna work if you end up buying it at like some garage or something, you know? So to have more options is nice. And it seems that the Nintendo Switch Online service on the Nintendo 64 side of things is getting some pretty cool things. So on the Nintendo 64 online service, Wario64 over on Twitter had this to say: Nintendo 64 Nintendo Classic feature update. Nintendo Classics Rewind customizable controls and CRT filter. And you're currently seeing that in the background right now, and I think this is actually pretty cool. I hope they do this more with other things like Super Nintendo. I would love for them to put the mouse controls in that so we can get some Mario Paint going. Maybe I can flex my artist skills on stream, although I don't really know how good I'd be with a mouse. I use a touchscreen with a pen, so I don't know how good I'd be, but I guess we would see. And moving on to the last topic, we do have a new update for the Nintendo Switch 2 when it comes to how you're going to be able to share these different photos and different videos and put it on your computer and all that great stuff. So Go Nintendo has an article that says Switch 2 lets you upload screenshots and videos to Nintendo Switch app automatic for people. And this is what they said: the Nintendo Switch app just received an update giving it some new functionality with the Switch 2. As part of the update, we also learned some more about how the Switch 2 screenshot/video uploading features will work in tandem with the app. Now the usual way, according to Go Nintendo, that you do with the original Nintendo Switch, I didn't really do it too often. I did it here and there. They said you can upload them to the linked Twitter or Facebook account, remove the SD card, or transfer them manually to a computer and have them sent to your phone from the console itself. The one that I used is where you have to scan that QR code, and that's how you get the photo or video, and then you download it to your phone. That's what I use mostly. But it seems like it's going to be easier with Go Nintendo saying this: as long as you have a Nintendo Switch app on the mobile device or tablet, you'll be able to upload screenshots and videos to it directly from Switch 2. More importantly, there's now an automatic upload feature, so any images or footage will be transferred to your device as soon as you capture them. You'll be able to upload up to 100 files, which can be stored for up to 30 days. If more files are uploaded after that, the oldest ones will be rewritten. So that's actually really cool. That last part, the overwritten, I was thinking while I was reading that, I'm like, well, what if you run out of room or something, or what if there's a whole bunch on there? What's gonna happen? The fact that it's gonna overwrite them is kind of cool in a way, but also kind of not, because what if it's like something you wanted to keep and you forgot and you want to go back and look at it, but it's like too late, it's overwritten. So I hope there is some settings to customize that a bit here and there. But yeah, interesting stuff, guys. Let me know what you guys think about today's topics down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. And if not on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.